Hi everyone, it's Nora from Nora Healings, and today I once again want to share a couple of thoughts about the topic of reincarnation trap. I don't know if you came across that as well, but it has been just brought to my awareness once again lately, and yeah, I do want to share a couple of things on that. So the idea of the so-called reincarnation trap is that one is not supposed to go into the light after dying because that's the trap. Because then somehow we are like forced into that never-ending cycle of being reincarnated on Earth and then dying, and then every time that we go into the light, that's what happens again. So that's the idea behind it. Um, I wonder what reaction it causes within you when you just feel into it, or even when you just hear the words reincarnation trap. It just doesn't ring true to me. I can imagine that maybe there are some souls who just feel like that's what they are experiencing. And I'm open to the idea that it's a possibility that some actually go through that and that they feel like they are trapped in this cycle. I always believe that when there's like a big sort of narrative or just a story that many people believe, that there's probably something to it. Um, what I believe that there is the idea of the false light. And to me, honestly, like the way it's being presented, at least by those who I have watched or listened to, it's pretty much what I would expect from the false light, because there's just this feeling of just this encouragement of self empowerment, and it causes confusion and insecurity or even fear. And I just find it really strange, just the idea that a human being can tell a soul what they should and shouldn't do after they died. Like, really? Seriously? I believe that we are so much more powerful, and I believe that we can decide what we do after we pass. I don't think that anyone is forced into the light. I guess it's where most of us go, but it's not like we are forced to do that, and not everybody goes. Um, and the reason why I feel like I can talk about this is because I did witness a couple of loved ones die, and I also have one near death experience. And so I think that, I can feel into it. And I mean, we have been connected here in our lives, and I can still sense them after they pass. And depending on like how far they have moved on, it feels totally different. And like each one that dies also, it feels like it's like, or at least some aspects of dying seem to be very individual. But I think the thing that maybe kind of bothers me a little bit is that people seem to love to be told what they should and shouldn't do. And then there are always others who sort of take advantage of that. And actually, like, I wonder if that is the trap. Um, that there are people who sell this narrative to others, almost like sort of energy vampirism, that to create a following of people who believe them and do as they say, and that gives them energy because they might, whoever is like presenting that might not be connected or not aware of the connection to like the true God consciousness and the true like source light. So I wonder, like, is that the trap? It's just a thought. But I believe that in the moment we die, our perception and the way we see things pretty drastically change. Of course, it's not, again, I feel like this is individual. Like some can find peace within moments, and others can kind of remain in a state of confusion for a while. But it's not like we see things and experience things from this extremely limited perspective that we have here as humans. I mean, for those who might have some experiences with certain psychedelics, maybe you have also experienced kind of similar states to the way we imagine how it is after death. It's just like the idea of, just the state of absolutely not being able to relate to what it is to be human. And it's just like, it's this ego death that can occur where, you don't think about things like, am I breathing? Am I alive? Who am I? Am I a human? Am I a person? It's like, it's very abstract. So I feel like certain substances can kind of uh, create similar states because they can sort of pull down many filters that our consciousness usually has. And, that's the other thing, the filters. Um, I just don't believe that there's like one human being or like even a group or a religion or one single teaching who knows the truth on everything and who can actually like deliver accurate data on actually like anything at all. Because as long as it's being delivered by a human, which, most of religions and everything, even like really genius channeled material and all of that, it's still usually delivered through a human vessel. And each vessel has their own filters and distortions. The way it comes in, it's like it's already being distorted a couple of times. And then there's the language, which is like another big one. And the one who perceives it through their own personal filters. So I think that like everything that we share and everything that we perceive is always through our very own lens. And the way I imagine, like when it comes to, yeah, but who has all the truth or who knows all the truth about reality and like whatever, how everything is? Maybe each living being that has ever lived and lives now and will ever live, like all together might have it because it's the all. It's like everything that has ever been and will ever be. It's like full existence. And every individual being has like a little slice of it. And then once again, what we do with it is our own thing. But what I just really wanted to say is please don't worry that you might do anything wrong after dying because you will be liberated from so many things, thoughts, filters that distort us and that can confuse us. This will just not be like that anymore. I always like to say, don't listen to anyone but yourself. We are powerful souls, each one of us. I think we are much freer than we can even realize. I don't think that there's really anything that can truly restrict us. I mean, of course, during our earthly incarnations, we have like the restrictions of everything that belongs to the physical world, right? Um, but after that, I just feel like it's totally different, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. I don't think that there's a right or wrong way to believe. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to live, to be, to express, or like a wrong way to die. So yeah, I hope for those who were just wondering about, that narrative and that story overall, I hope that that helps you just to remember that, it's like, and even if you don't know on a conscious level right now, um, your soul and your essence knows. We have instincts, and I feel like there are things that we remember in the moment we die that we usually, like, as our higher aspects, we have access to, but we can't perceive it right now in our human life, in our human minds. But we have instincts. And I feel like sometimes, even, on Earth, in our lives, those instincts can guide us. Like our intuition is a big part of that, I believe. It's an instinct. And trust your own instincts. Try not to listen too much and really feel into the reaction that you get when you hear things. There's a certain feeling that one gets when something really resonates and it really rings true. And it's a different frequency than being worried to do the wrong thing, and just wanting to do it right. It's just like there's this recognition that feels like it feels liberating, it feels calming. If you can really learn to observe the reaction that you have, it can be physical, it can be emotional, then no one and nothing can lead you astray. Um, Definitely listen to your gut, to your heart. It's like, no one has to tell you. All right. Yeah, that was pretty much it, what I wanted to share today. Thanks for listening. And please share your experiences and your thoughts on that reincarnation trap idea, or just like share how you feel the truth, when it rings within you, when it vibrates and it resonates within you. I would love to know that. Like for me, I would say it's very physical, but it's also just like it's the knowing. Yeah, it's just receiving a certain knowing without thinking. And it's almost like in that moment I remember. It's almost like, oh yeah, like that. But again, like this is my truth. Doesn't necessarily have to resonate with anyone, and it doesn't have to be the ultimate truth. Okay? All right, so I guess I'll see you soon. I will be back with another video, and until then, take care. Bye.